Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Newsroom. So yesterday, Atletico Madrid and Liverpool faced each other in the round of 16 of the Champions League, and quite shockingly, Atletico did eliminate the defending champions Liverpool. So in this video, we will be analysing the game for you, taking a closer look to how both managers lined up their teams. Back at the Wanda Metropolitano, Atletico Madrid secured a 1-0 victory over Liverpool. So, to qualify for the quarterfinals, all Atletico Madrid needed was a clean sheet. So, Diego Simeone instructed his players to do what they do best: defend. In order to do this, Diego Simeone lined up his team in his usual 4-4-2 system and maintained a very narrow and a very deep line. The line was actually so deep that the two strikers of the Atletico Madrid team, that is Joao Felix and Diego Costa, were at times playing behind the midfield line of Liverpool. With all 10 men deep in their own half, they always wanted to keep a numerical advantage and allow no time on the ball for the Liverpool forwards. Now, many people expected that Atletico Madrid would counter a lot in this game and they would try to do it through the flanks. This is the most vulnerable area of the Liverpool defense, as both their fullbacks love to push up. So, everyone expected that Atletico will try to exploit the flanks and create dangerous 1v1 situation against the Liverpool centre-backs. But this simply did not happen in the first 90 minutes. Even though they could have got a huge advantage with this one away goal, they simply did not risk it and did not commit too many players forward. Even when Atletico Madrid enjoyed possession of the ball, Thomas Partey generally stayed very close to the centre-backs and one of the full-backs would always stay back. So, they always had around 3 to 4 players staying at the back. Moreover, Atletico Madrid did not really risk it by playing out from the back, and Oblak generally cleared his lines whenever he faced pressure from the Liverpool forwards. During goal kicks, the Atletico fullbacks moved up and Oblak kept looking for Lodi on the left flank. Lodi tried to win the first ball and tried to lay it down to Joao Felix, who was playing in between the lines, or to Diego Costa, who was pressing the line. This was basically the plan of Atletico Madrid. They simply did not want to risk it in their own half and failed to create in the opposition half. But still, we must add that in the initial stages of the game, they were threading down the right hand side of the pitch. Both Joao Felix and Correa were playing in between the lines and trying to occupy the half spaces. With Diego Costa pressing the lines, they finally did find some spaces in between the lines. But it didn't really work out to a goal. And ultimately, as the game progressed, Atletico Madrid dropped back in the mid-block. Now, Jurgen Klopp knew that Atletico would stay very narrow and deep in this game. So, he changed his system and came up with a great plan to break this Atletico Madrid system down. Klopp instructed Fabinho to drop deeper. Fabinho was actually dropping so deep that the central defenders could not really occupy him. So, one of the central midfielders had to cover him. By doing this, he was generally taking out Thomas Partey with him. This in turn opened up spaces for the Liverpool midfielders. Oxlade-Chamberlain was exploiting these spaces and was always finding room for shots. He took a number of shots from outside the box, but he failed to score. We have to give credit to Oblak for this. Down the left hand side of the pitch, Mane was always trying to occupy the half spaces and was always pulling Trippier with him. By doing this, he was always trying to create spaces for Robertson on the left flank. Wijnaldum, on the other hand, was playing in between the lines. As Fabinho had dropped deeper and was providing support, Wijnaldum moved up and was occupying the central areas. Down the right hand side of the pitch, things worked completely differently. Generally, as Fabinho drops, Salah attacks in the central areas. But in this game, he stayed wide. By staying wider, he pulled out Lodi, and this opened half spaces which Oxlade-Chamberlain could exploit. This was how Liverpool scored the first goal. Lodi was covering Salah and there was no one there to cover Oxlade-Chamberlain, who was exploiting the half spaces. He delivered an excellent cross to Wijnaldum, who we just discussed before was staying in the central areas, who scored the goal. This was basically Liverpool's strategy for this game. Even though the Atletico Madrid centre-backs were enjoying a numerical superiority in the central areas, they were facing a numerical disadvantage down the wider areas of the pitch. Liverpool were also more threatening down the right hand side of the pitch. Salah's diagonal runs in centre box were causing all sorts of trouble to the Atletico defense. Moreover, whenever Salah was tugging in the central areas, Alexander-Arnold was always overlapping down the right hand side of the pitch. As everyone was focused on Salah, he was often left unmarked and was finding space down the flanks. Eventually, Joao Felix had to come down and stop him a couple of times. We must also add that Liverpool also had a very good defensive structure in the first 90 minutes and were doing very well off the ball as well. They were pressing high up the pitch, and in this game we really did find a clear example of Liverpool's usual pressing. Even though Liverpool dominated the whole game, they simply failed to take their chances. The Liverpool forwards missed too many chances at the final third of the pitch. Moreover, they were also very unlucky as Robertson's header hit the post. In this game, Liverpool could have easily scored 3 to 4 goals, but they simply did not take their chances, and they faced the consequences of it. As said by Jurgen Klopp in the post-match conference, the only mistake made by Liverpool in this game was not by scoring the second goal in the first 90 minutes. Well, we must also consider Adam's poor mistake, which led to the crucial away goal for Atletico Madrid and changed the whole intensity of the game. But, as said by Jurgen Klopp, all of this could have been prevented if they scored the second goal within the first 90 minutes. After conceding the first goal, Liverpool simply could not take up the pressure. A result of tired legs meant that the crosses were more poor and Liverpool simply did not create enough chances. Moreover, Atletico were adamant in holding their lead and things got much more difficult for Liverpool after the introduction of Jimenez. This was a hard-earned victory for Simeone's side, a victory which the Liverpool fans believe that they deserved. The defending champions are now out of the competition, and to be honest, this will be a very difficult phase for Liverpool. The Premier League title was already set a long time ago and they are out of all 3 competitions. To be very honest, this game practically suggests as the end of Liverpool's season. So, that's about it for tonight, guys. Thank you as always for joining me and stay tuned to the channel for more analysis videos.